Welcome to the show. It is me, your girl Labora Lee, aka Cat Lee. I'm just saying, everything seems to be going the way it's supposed to go today. Now, today is Wet and Wired Wednesday. Today is the day that we come through and we have a discussion. A discussion, excuse me. Got a little cloggy. We have a discussion about, the things that, are taboo. Also, we discuss things that are going on in the world that get us wired. This Wet and Wired Wednesday, I want to talk about a couple of different things though. Um, and I want to know your thoughts. I would like for you guys to come through and tell me what y'all feel about some of these things that are being said in the world. Because it seems to me that everybody has the answers, but nobody has the fucking answers. So we're gonna talk about it. But before we do, I have to pay the bills. You don't want me to play these commercials, then you know what you gotta do. I'm gonna put that up so y'all know.
Want last minute brand design help? Get top-tier Fiverr freelance creatives at your fingertips fast with secure payments and 24/7 support. Head to fiverr.com today and get something started.
All right, I'm back. Play the short one first so that we can get into the nitty-gritty of things. So you you read the title. It's different out here right now, and people are moving differently. I myself, I've been moving differently for a while now. Reason being is because it's crazy. Oh gosh, on so many levels. Sorry, let me fix this. On so many levels, is it crazy out here right now? Um, when it comes to the world and the things that's going on in the world, from things going on in the government, things going on in the streets, things going on with people's relationships with other people is definitely different. It's just a different type of world that we live in. And I feel sorry for those individuals who are not surrounding themselves around the right elements, um, or surrounding their children around the right elements. And there's a few things that I want to get into. But again, a lot of people have things to say. So we're going to listen to what some of these people have to say while we're rolling. And then I have something that I would like to get into. Oh, I got some new stock. Yay. And then I got some things that I want to get into as well. Um, on same flow though. We're gonna keep it the same way. All right, I just wanted to make sure that was on. So I want to discuss this young lady right here, and I'm gonna let her tell her own story before I start telling her story, because I feel it's very important for everybody to get the gist of what the young lady's saying, and I don't want it to come from my mouth because I don't want you to say I said it. I want her to say it. So we're gonna listen to this really quick. So listen up.
Y'all gonna cancel me, but today marks the day that I will be dating outside of my race. And I know what you're about to say. Aren't you pro-black? I am. But as a dark-skinned black woman, the most hate I get is from my own men. And me restricting myself to only dating black men is giving me little to no options. Because there's only like a small group of black men who actually like women like me. And trust me, I've been trying to educate black men about colorism, futurism, texturism my whole damn life. I do it on my platform every day. But a lot of them choose to stay dense and ignorant. And I'm sorry, but you're not about to ask me to wait for these men to stop being colorists. I cannot wait any longer for these men to stop the self-hatred. I want to go where I'm wanted. I'm tired of sitting in places where I'm not wanted and try to convince the people that I should be desired. I'm sorry, but I'm done with that. So from this day forward, Shakira will be looking outside of her race when it comes to dating. Not saying I'm not going to date black men. I definitely will. But to expand my options, yes, I will be dating outside of my race unapologetically. Thank you very much.
All right, so I wanted to start with this one first because I have a few things that I have to say when it comes to this subject matter. As a chocolate girl, I'm very much a chocolate girl. I embrace my melanin. I love it. My significant other loves it. I don't really deal with those things now, but that's not to say that I haven't dealt with them. I have. Um, Even when I was married, my ex-husband used to say to me things like, you usually, well, this is before we got married. This is probably like when we were just going together. But and I know he used to say it out of spite to upset me. It never did though, because I'm gonna tell you what my response was. But I used to hear things like, I usually don't date dark skinned girls, or I ain't never used to mess with dark skinned girls. I'm used to messing with light skinned girls. And my response to that was always, "Well, go find you one." Um, I think for this young lady right here, it's very important for her to understand, and I get it. I get it because there are a lot of dudes out here that prefer the lighter tone women, especially men that are, darker. I've noticed that a lot too. But what I'm gonna say to her is, ain't all hope is not lost in the black man. I've had men of all shades, honey, with my melanin popping and all that. I've dated dark skinned men. I've dated lighter complected men. I've I've also, well, only once I've dated outside of my race, and that didn't go so well. So don't ever get it twisted, sis. Just because you date outside of your race does not mean they are any better than the black man. What you should be focusing on is finding a man that is deserving and worthy of you. Um, Finding a man with character. And you, like, I don't think we as women pay attention enough to that type of stuff. Like, I think that a lot of women get it twisted, whereas though they are looking. And don't get me wrong, you have to be attracted to the person that you wind up with. You have to find some small bit of attraction, not even small. You have to be attracted to the person in order for you to deal with them, right? But at the same time, their looks is only going to get you but so far, because then you got to deal with the type of person that they are. And there's a lot of key elements that you could look at to decide whether or not that's the type of person that you need to be rocking with. And it has nothing to do with race, because there's some really shitty people out here that are of men, not men of color. You could date them, get with them, and they treat you like shit. This is the thing I'm saying. You could get with a man, a Caucasian man, and he could look at you like you ain't shit because you are a black woman. You know what I'm saying? Or you could get with a Caucasian man and he could treat you like a queen because you are a black woman. Vice versa, you can get with a black man and he could treat you like a queen because of who you are, how you carry yourself when you walk out this door, how you treat other people. Um, it's a lot of things that he could be looking at. Me, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. What I found that I had to do, sis, and I'm gonna spread the love, because this is what I had to do in order for me to find just a degree of happiness with another person. I had to search within and find the happiness within me, right? But then I had to make sure that all the things that I knew that I needed in a man was within that person. For instance, character. How does that person carry himself when he walks out the door? When he approaches strangers? Is he I gave up on trying to curve my tongue for YouTube, so pardon me. But is he a dickhead when he walk out the door? Like, is he disrespectful to the elderly? Is he disrespectful to other women? But then you can see that with how he carries it with you. Unfortunately, it took me a long time to see that, those are the things that I should pay attention to. How does this person treat his own mother? How does this person treat his grandmother? How does this person treat an elderly lady that he does not even fucking know? Does he open the door for you? I get in trouble personally if I touch the door. And I like, after the, well, it's been a while now, Like, and I just started understanding, like, all right, don't touch the door because you know he's gonna start fussing. But I get in trouble if I touch the door. Does he open the door for you? Um, does he? What kind of parent is he to his children? How, if you have children, how does you? Well, she doesn't strike me as the type that has kids, but if you have kids, how does he treat your children? Um, how does he treat other people's children outside of y'all children? It's a lot of things you could look at to decide and determine if that is the type of man that you should be dating. And I'm gonna I guess reject her, have a rebuttal for her statement in a second, but well, in a few minutes. But it's a lot of things that you can look at, but it ain't the color of the skin that determines whether or not you have options, or whether or not they like you. Maybe you're not look well. I'd never tell anybody. I will never ever tell anybody to look, because see, when you go looking, you're gonna find something that you really don't want. But let it come to you, and then when it does come to you, pay close attention to what the hell is coming towards you. That's it. And it does not matter if he's black, Caucasian, Asian, native. It doesn't matter, because you got men who are pieces of shit of all races. I'm just saying. It could be a man of color, it could be a man of non color, but it's a lot of them out there that are pieces of shit. You got to focus on whether or not his character is good. And that's just as simple as that. And like I hate to hear that kind of talk, especially from women of color, because y'all got it jaded, y'all got it messed up. It's not finding a man of a different race, it's finding a man of good quality, of good standards, of good character. Is what's going to help you find what it is that you need to be happy. But again, if you're not happy with yourself first, then none of that shit matters, because he can't bring you happiness. Nobody, no one person is out here to serve your purpose of making you happy. They can add to, they can help. You feel me? But that's not their purpose on earth. If you're equally yoked, you're equally yoked, and that's just what it is. And like I said, I've dated a different variety of men, light complected, dark complected. I dated one Caucasian dude, and guess what? I didn't give a none, and I got dumped because I wasn't ready to give it to him. Which that's going to bring me to another subject, which is in there. But yeah, doesn't matter the skin type, baby. Doesn't matter the heritage, or um the race. It doesn't matter. If they're a piece of shit, they're a piece of shit, and it's just that simple. Sorry. Sorry to tell you, it's just what it is. Um,
So
hold
when
on,
you
that's
look at
not
this,
where I wanted to go yet. So, um, we're gonna talk about
Just
that
there
shit.
with the
Hold on,
word.
hold. Let me just get this out of here so we don't keep going through. I don't wanna, but all of the things that I have are in different places, so my apologies. So there was this one statement that I saw earlier, which was ladies. Hold on, let me see if I can find it in my mix. But basically, ladies, oh, here we go. It's right here. Stop going out on dates if you're not ready to have sex. Again, now I just told you the dude of a different culture, a different race, dumped me because I wasn't ready to go there with him. That's cool. That's fine. I understand that there are, you know what I mean? When you ready, you ready. And I'm not, don't get it twisted. I'm not one of them women who are out here like, we got to wait at least 6 months to before I give you some, or we got to wait this a lot amount of time. No, it's really generally when I'm ready. If I wasn't ready today and I'm not ready tomorrow, who's to say I'm not going to be ready next week? I gotta fill you out. I can't just be out here giving you my goodies. And then when I do that, then you call us names. And never mind when y'all do it, y'all pimps, players, or whatever y'all call each other right now. Um, but if we do it, we looked at it in a certain degree. I never gave a shit about that, how people looked at me when it came to me doing me. Feel me? Like I don't have to live your life. I choose to do is whatever time. You're not going to tell me you can't take me out on a date without me giving you some. That's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. And you know it. We know it. Everybody knows it. It's some bullshit. When I'm ready to give myself to you, then I'll give it to you. But if you can't court me, you can't take me out on a date without that being your expectation at the end of the date, you're a piece of shit anyway. And you definitely not worth my time and effort. Sorry, I want to move this because that way I can be cool. I gave my daughter my real fan that go in here. But yeah, if you can't let me get ready to give it to you, then you not worth getting it anyway. And please believe you're missing out. Cause I got some good shit. But I don't have to deal with that these days. But the point is like, don't just because you take me out on a date, don't set an expectation on that date like I'm supposed to just give you some. Who said? Who the fuck said? Who told you that you are in charge of my temple? I gotta walk around with this body every day, and you don't. You walk around with your body. Now, if we go on a date and I don't give you some, then I guess you gotta do what you gotta do. And especially if I'm just going on dates with you, we just starting to, like, I'm not your woman anyway. It's different when you in a full blown relationship, and see that segues to my next thing that I want to talk about. But if I'm your woman, you ain't gotta worry about that shit anyway. That's just like the whole head situation, right? So I've never liked, because, and I'm gonna explain to you why I've never liked this. This one particular thing annoys me, and I'm gonna give you different. I gave y'all a instance of somebody doing it but not really trying to do it, and it still annoyed me. I don't like, my man should never have to ask me to top him off. Why would he have to ask me that? He's my man. One of my goals in that relationship is to make sure that I bring him pleasure, and I hope that one of his goals is to bring me pleasure as well. He ain't never gonna have to ask for no top, ever, like never. As a matter of fact, that's coming. It's like, this is my thought process. It's gonna happen. He's gonna get it. He's my man. He deserves it. He's my man for a reason. It's the reason why he's my man. So if he's my man, then I'm giving it to him. Ain't no question. He ain't got to ask me to give him. Like, he ain't got to worry. I'm giving it to him. He ain't got to be like, babe, can you give me some? Like, he never has to ask for it ever in his life. If you're my man, I'm with you, you with me. You never have to ask for that. And I got some, I'm with somebody on that's fine. He never got to ask for it because he just going to get it. Right. It's just some things that just come when they naturally supposed to come. You feel me? No pun intended. But it's some things in life that just come when they're naturally supposed to come. Nobody's supposed to be applying pressure on nobody to do it. If it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. And if it doesn't happen and you're tired of waiting, guess what you do? Move the fuck on. It's just that simple. She got to get over the fact and be honest about it with her. Listen, I have needs and you're not meeting my needs, so I gotta go. Honesty is key. Communication is key. You feel me? I gotta go. And I don't want to be playing around with you, and you know what I mean? Like, I gotta do what I gotta do because I need my needs met. But if that's my man, he ain't gotta ask for it anyway. But if we just dating, you gonna wait until I fucking want to give it to you. You don't rush me with my body now. It's just a whole nother thing with them bitches that get flown out. But because, girl, like, he spending thousands of dollars to get you to where you gotta be. You know he expects something in return.
Well, I'm really sitting here.
Oh, wait, no. I want to get off of here because every time I do that, it does this, and everything, like I said, is in different places because I picked it up at different times. And I want to get to this young lady right here. All right, so to reiterate on the top portion of what I just said, right, and how my man would never have to ask for it. That goes with all sex. He don't never have to ask for it. Matter of fact, I ask him more than he would ask me. But listen to what she had to say.
Never use sex as a weapon against your husband. and have sex often is probably some of the most extraordinary advice I never got. As a working mom, we get tired, exhausted, overwhelmed, but it is dangerous to neglect our husband's needs. And I'll explain to you why. Sex is such a huge part of a man's identity. It's the way he emotionally bonds with us. And it's crazy because God wired his body this way. When a man experiences an orgasm, his body releases the bonding hormone oxytocin in such extraordinary amounts. Women experience it as well, but men do 400% times more. And so that skin to skin contact mixed with an orgasm creates deep connection. And I never just want to be a great mom. I never just want to be killing it in the workplace. But I desired for my husband to find me to be a good lover. Look forward to coming home to me. And through difficult conversations, because I was never taught this kind of stuff, I had to learn how to not look at sex as a chore or another responsibility on my to-do list, but enjoy my husband feeling respected and honored and wanted. Imagine if one day our husband came home and said, I don't feel like having sex with you. We would be massively offended and hurt. And so men need sex. It's how they came from the factory.
Okay, so now that she said her piece, I'm going to say I agree. I wholeheartedly agree that when it comes to your spouse, because some of us aren't married, but some of us are in long-standing relationships. I happen to be one of those people that believe when it comes to, especially when you're in a long-standing relationship. I happen to be one of those people who believes that sex is a very important aspect of keeping it, beautiful. And not just for him, but for me too. Like, I don't know, I guess I'm a highly sexual person, but I feel like that's a major part of, and I know people like, oh, sex shouldn't be a major part of a relationship. Yes, the fuck it is. And the more you act like it's not, the more you're kidding yourself, right? Now, and to reiterate some of what she said on some of the things she said, but to actually rebuttal, I'm gonna say I'm gonna have a rebuttal on some of the things she said. We would, okay, reiterate, we would definitely, as women, be offended if our man told you he didn't feel like having sex with you tonight. Me personally, I take that shit highly offensive. I my dude ever tell me something like, this is not working for me, I don't go out of my way to try to make that shit work. You know what I mean? Like, no, it's happening. It's happening tonight. But at the same time, I think that everybody, there are men out there that'll tell you real quick, like, I'm not in the mood. I don't want to do it. And then you have to accept that as well. But I don't believe in denying my spouse. I don't believe in, like, I just don't. Like, that's what keeps us vibrant and happy. Well, that's part of what keeps us vibrant and happy. The other half of it is communication and talking and, having like minds and, having beautiful hearts and beautiful spirits. But yeah, I believe a lot of what she said. You don't deny your man of shit when it comes to sex in the bedroom. You don't deny him. Now, ladies, again, we get it. We're moms. I'm a mom. And I'm saying this. You know what I'm saying? We're moms. We have businesses and careers and stuff like that. I'm a mom. I have a business. I have a career. But at the same time, it's not just about him either. It's like you taking some time out for the both of you. Both of you need that. Both of you need to get that monkey off your back. Both of you need to like release that tension. Especially if you do have children and you do have a career, you need to release all that tension because that's something else in itself. So you need to take all that. Both of you are releasing all of that stress off of your back. And sex is not necessarily a bad thing. I do know a few females who've made that like, what's the word I want to say? They've made it seem like that was like the most worst. Oh my gosh, he always on me. No, I want my man on me continuously. Whenever he want to be on me, I want him on me. That's just point blank and period. I want him on me even when I don't think he want to be. I want him on me. That's just what it is. So that was a very interesting point that she made, and I don't disagree with her at all. Matter of fact, let me tell you who was speaking at the time, and you know what, you would think that I wouldn't, because she's a scammer as well, but she spoke a lot of truth in that statement. I was like, you don't deny your man, you don't do that, no. So this dude had an interesting concept. I think his name is Rico Honda, and he's on this other podcast that I like to listen to. But we're gonna listen to what he has to say. Hold on.
Can be an emotional trick. If you sit here telling a girl that you love them while you fuck them, or you love them before just to fuck them, you tricking her. You feel me? If you buying a girl jewelry, you know what I'm saying, cars, clothes, sneakers, whatever the case may be, just to have sex with her, you're tricking them. You feel me? If you're giving a girl a fixed rate just to have sex, you're tricking her. No, at any point in time, you're tricking.
All right, so they said ain't tricking if you got it, but I agree with him as well, because that thing is I ain't no trick. Yes, if you're doing that, see, I think he put a different spin on what a trick is, though, because most people think a trick is just the financial, like the John, or if she's a prostitute, or the sugar daddy, or you know what I mean. No, it's a lot of dudes that say a lot of shits and a lot of push a lot of dreams, tell ladies a lot of things that he thinks she wants to hear, just so, I'm sorry, I got burnt, but just so she can just do what it is that he wants her to do. And then after she's done those things, he out or whatever. Like, yeah, you a fucking trick. What the fuck? Like, who does that? But anyway, we're gonna keep it moving. Yeah, it's a lot of things I had on my mind, and there's a lot of things that people were saying, and so I wanted to go with the things, a couple of things that I agreed with, and a couple of things that I didn't agree with, especially that first young lady, because it's like, sis, you got it all the way fucked up. They can be a piece of shit on any race, and it's a lot of men out here that don't prefer melanin. The darker and the deeper your melanin is, the more they like, nah, I don't want it. That's okay. That's their preference. You just gotta go to where you're preferred. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's that simple. But I wanted to get into this subject matter right here too, and I want to make sure I do it before I run out of time, because there's other things we have to discuss as well. So this joint right here, I like, y'all know I like to go where the professionals are to get professional opinions and statements versus just speaking. Now I just went to some people who aren't professional. They just people who speak their mind, and I love that. That's what I love. I love, regular, average, everyday Joe Blow. I want his opinion, but I also want opinions from professionals who this is what they do for a living. They find this kind of insight and information, and they give it to us. So they're saying that dating apps and drastically changing relationship landscapes. This is what we're getting into right now. Here's some keynotes, though. Dating opportunities for heterosexual men are diminishing as relationship standards rise. What that's saying is not necessarily that it's a bad, you're a bad dude, but maybe some of the things that you thought worked back in the day, and they did work, right? They're not working anymore, fellas. Like, you got to change your mindset. I'm gonna get into that in 1 second. Next keynote: men represent approximately 62% of dating app users, lowering their chances of matches, because now you're and I'm going to talk about that in a second. I'll get into it. And men need to address um skills defects, skills deficit to meet healthier relationship expectations. So I'm gonna get into that a little bit, and I'm gonna dive a little deep on it and what that means. All right, so let's get into the let's get into standards are diminishing. Let's do that, right? Um, I'm never no. Let's get into this dating apps situation. I'm personally not one of those people who I want to meet somebody on a dating app. Because they can say anything on the internet, and then you meet them and it's total opposite. Or you could get one of them crazy people, and I don't have time for that either. I got a lot to live for. So let's get into it. Dating apps, whether you are just starting to date or you're recently divorced or dating again, dating apps are a huge driver of new romantic connections in the United States. The only problem is that upwards of 62% of users are men, and many women are overwhelmed with how many options they have. So, with that being said, so if it's a lot of options available and it's a lot of men on dating apps, like you got many, many choices. And you want the best of the best. You want the cream of the crop. And even those who aren't out here on dating apps, let me tell y'all something. Um, Ladies ain't here for the same shit that they was for back in the day. You feel me? It's a lot of different types of women and a lot of different ways that we look at things. Just like I have a problem when the standards are put on, like everybody puts all women into one box. It's just like, well, women do this and women do that. But here's the problem: not each and every single woman is the same. And the more that you put them in the box, the worse it is for you when it comes to finding a spouse of value, a spouse of you know what I mean, of standards, a spouse of virtue. You know what I mean? Like it makes it very hard because you keep putting everybody in the same box. Well, you're a woman. The last woman I was with, she did X, Y, and Z, and so you probably going to do the same thing, and that's why you're going to be alone because you keep thinking that everybody's going to do the same shit. Dummy, everybody's not the same. Women do this. Women ain't shit. Women. And ladies, the same thing with you. But even though the tides are shifting, you do the same thing. I hate when I hear females say, well, men ain't shit or men are dogs. No, they're not all the same. You never know. You could be missing out on something totally amazing because you, my friend, are out here putting everybody in the same box. And I know I probably said this a million times on this podcast, putting everybody in the same fucking box and acting like everything's the same. It's not. It's really not. So let's continue. Relationship standards. Let's get to that. With so many options, it's not surprising that women are increasingly selective. Listen up. I do this particular person who is a doctor, by the way. I do a live TikTok show. I'm not gonna well, it's called A Better Love Project at A Better Love Project. So you can go check it out if you want to and speak with hundreds of audience members every week. I hear reoccurring dating things from women between the ages of 25 and 45. They prefer men who are emotionally available because nobody wants to be in a relationship with somebody who they can't even have an emotional connection to. Um, Good communicators. I told you communication is key. Like, we can't talk. What the fuck do we have? And that share similar values. I don't want to be with somebody who believes something like I'm not saying everything we believe in has to be the same, but we got to be able to at least connect on some level as far as beliefs are concerned. Like and that's real. Like if we can't connect in that way where it's some things that have to go together, and communication is very much key. And I need to know that you love me. I need to know that you're going to be available for me if I'm going through something. I need to know if you're going through something that you're going to come to me and let me be available to you. These things are very important, and I don't think people pay attention to that shit enough. But let's move on. So, skill defects. For men, this means a relationship skills gap that, if not addressed, will likely lead to fewer dating opportunities, less patience for poor communication skills, and longer periods of being single. The problem for men is that the emotional connection is the lifeblood of healthy long term love. Emotional connections requires all the skills that families are still not consistently teaching their boys. And I believe that. Like, it's a lot of young men that don't know how to love, don't know how to express their emotions, don't know how to connect with the person because they didn't get that growing up. I get it. While there's probably no chance of stemming the rising tide of unintentional single men, there is still good ones. Yeah, there is. Don't ever get it twisted. Again, stop putting everybody in a box. You might be missing something because you think you got all the answers. Matches are on the rise. Um, so this joint is called Hinge. It's just one of the dating apps found through beta trials that 90% of their users rated their first date positively, with 72 indicating wanting a second date. And this is just for people who do dating apps. Now, let me tell you, I don't have time for the algorithms to control whether or not I'm gonna have a happy relationship, or I'm gonna find the right persons. Again, I don't do online dating. Well, I haven't dated in about 5 years now. I've been in the same situation for about 5 years. So, and I've been pretty good here. But even if, oh God, I'm not speaking to this into existence, but even if we were to decide to part ways, I don't think that I would go towards a dating site to find my next partner or spouse. I couldn't see that. I couldn't. I want to connect with you on another level, and I don't want it to be on the internet. I want to. That's the problem, I think, too. A lot of people don't connect in person anymore. It's like the internet is the way, and that's how you get it. Next thing you know, you're not even going to be dating people in real life. You're going to be dating them in the metaverse, and your sex life is not even going to be existing anymore. I don't want that. I don't. I already told y'all the type of person I am. I want to be the old grandma, and me and grandpa still getting it in. And fuck them kids. Y'all walk in, that's what y'all get, because ain't nobody tell y'all come in our house anyway, because y'all grown with children, unless they live in the house. But that ain't the point. Then don't come to our room. We busy. But what we don't want to do, I don't never ever want to be in a situation where, if I were to be single again, where I'm dating on the internet. No, I want to get to know you personally. I want to know who you are. Who am I talking to? Now, that's not to say you don't meet the person on the internet. That's just to say I don't want to go through a dating app. You feel me? You might have met somebody on the internet or reconnected with somebody on the internet, and one thing led to another. Y'all wind up hooking up. Okay, that's fine. Social media, that's enough of a dating app in itself. Need, for sure, I don't need to be trying to meet people on the internet. I'm sorry. It's just not my way. But if it works for you, it works for you. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying I personally am not on that one tip. But let's get into it. There's a few things happening in the near future. I meant to grab this flyer because Bookie got an event coming up, but I ain't grab it because whatever. I don't know why I ain't grab it. Let me play this commercial really quick, and then we'll be right back. Quick commercial. Not even gonna play the long one. Be right back. I'm back. Actually, a commercial I just played for those listening. It's called "She Said Yes." Let me say this: just because that's the name of the store doesn't mean it's intentionally drawn to you getting married either. It's more so they sell all kinds of jewelry. Necklaces, bracelets, jewelry for men, women, all kinds of other types of rings that aren't engagement rings. They just sell an abundance of jewelry, fine jewelry, exquisite jewelry. They also offer free shipping on said jewelry. And like you'll get a 30% off this or a 30% discount just by going there first time for the first time and buying some jewelry. But that it's not necessarily that you gotta be in the mood to propose. You just gotta like jewelry to go on that site. That's all. They also do customized jewelry. You can design your own jewelry, all of that good stuff. So don't even get it twisted. It's not just about marriage, boo boo. Um, so check them out. But anyway, back to this whole percentage thing that's happening right now. Again, if you're basing it upon a dating app, then that might be. We don't know what is out here, like what it's looking like for just people who don't go on dating sites. But in this day and age, a lot of people go on dating sites. So, it is what it is. Um, what my problem is like people don't look for something solid anymore. I don't want to. I said this to my other before too, so it won't seem like I'm just saying this out of the blue. No, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. One thing that I don't want to do ever in life or ever have to do, right, is continue dating, because then you gotta get to know new people. You feel me? You gotta get to know them all over again. Um, you know, you don't like them, then you gotta stop there and start again with somebody else. I don't have time for that. I'd rather be with somebody who already knows me. I already know them. We don't have to go through all the bullshit and toil and shit. So that's where I stand with it. Now, let's get to some wired parts real quick. Watch them Capri Suns. And I had to, that hurt my little heart because my daughter loves a good Capri Sun. But, Capri Sun has announced a voluntary recall of thousands of juice pouches due to possible contamination. That broke my little heart. I didn't even tell her. I didn't even bring up the fact that this is happening because she be like, well, damn it. Well, she don't cuss, but damn it. Kraft Heinz recalls over 5,000 Capri Sun cases for possible cleaning solution contamination. That's what they're saying is in it. So we gotta watch. We gotta watch these kind of things. Also, let me read this real quickly. Yeah, because I want to play this one more thing. All right, Swiss Beats and Timberland are reportedly suing Thriller or Triller, how you say that, Triller, for $28 million over verses. Um, they want their money. They sold it back in the day. All right, so after they allegedly failed to pay the music moguls for their battle verses. The lawsuit claims that the mega producers sold verses to the company back in January of 2021. They are now claiming that the company defaulted on that deal after just two payments. And everybody talking about getting a Beyonce and a Rihanna verses. First of all, Rihanna got a whole song where she say, "Bitch, better have my money." Like they ain't coming on there. They ain't coming on there. And I think a lot of bigger names just refuse to do them kind of platforms. Um, we'll get to ASAP Rocky on Monday because I want to get some more details on that. So we'll get to that. But I want y'all to listen to the scenario. Let me see. Listen to this.
I am, and I come in here to live. First of all, I don't come in here to look at your man. Let's just start there. So if you want to press me about being insecure about this looking at your man, it's not insecurity. Look. Where I'm gonna do? Wait, just that. Okay, babe, so. Okay, no, I just want you to look at it from my, because I hear you, and I apologize because it sounds like you don't even know what I'm talking about. I really don't. So I came in with my man that day, right? We were walking to the.
All right, so what we are listening to is a young lady came in the gym. She came in, her man coming there to work out together, and then there's another young lady. And I'm gonna let her explain exactly what happened. But there's another young lady as well in the gym, and this chick is approaching her about checking out her man. Listen to what she had. The young lady who was accused of checking out the dude. Here's what she had to say. Hold on.
Everybody been asking me like, Bree, how this even happened? Like, how did this even transpire? So let's have a little story time, and I'm gonna give you all the tea. So basically, I go to the gym probably like 4 times a week, and I had seen this couple earlier in the week, and towards the end of my workout, I usually sit where you guys see me sitting in the video, and I do my abs, and like that's the end of my workout. In the beginning of the week, she had asked me if she could share a space with me. I said, cool, like no problem, move my stuff, all of that. So maybe 2 days later, now I'm thinking, okay, maybe we cool enough to be on some high buy tip or whatever. So I have my AirPods in and I'm sitting in the same place in that video, doing my abs. And she comes up to me and I take my AirPods out and she immediately starts going in talking about how her man said that I was wiping my shorts all in front of him. I was picking up the weights all extra slow. And yeah, she basically told me the next time her man says something about me looking at him, it's going to be on site. Hold up. So I know all y'all like on site. Yeah, I said the same thing. So I said on site, I got time right now. Her whole tone just changed. So me and my brother, we go to the gym together. So, you know, it just happened to be that he was walking by. So I call him and I'm like, hey, babe, come get your girl. So he comes over and he asks her, like, what's
All
going
right.
on?
So I'm not gonna play the whole clip because you could really go watch it for yourself. Let me just say this. Everybody, I said this, I spoke on insecurity last week, right? We all have insecurities. Um, I think it really boils down to us all being able to handle our own insecurities in the right way. Um, I have insecurities when it comes to my dude, but it's not like like I walk up on people. Are you looking at my man? That looks dumb, baby girl. So on both. I'm speaking on both behalves. That looks really really dumb. And you're in the gym. And how did your man know that if she was supposedly checking him out? How did he know that she was checking him out if he wasn't looking at her too? And another scenario. How do you know he wasn't doing that to try to get a rise out of you to see how you were going to respond or act to what the scenario is? If anything, if she was checking out your dude, then in your mind, I don't want she want mine. You feel me? That's how I want my dude to look when it comes to other niggas looking like they want mine, and I don't be having that ain't his insecurity, baby. Um, so you should do the same as a woman. If a woman is looking at your man, then oh, all right, she checking my baby out. I see you. I see you. As long as you don't cross the line, though, baby girl, we good. You feel me? But in no sense should you ever be approaching another woman about checking out your man. People look at each other. You know what I mean? People really, really look at each other. Now, in a day and an age of internet, I don't think that, you know what I mean, it's that serious of a situation that you had to let that, you know what I mean, really, really be. But, people got to find content. So it is what it is. All right, I got to get the show on this love real quick because I love them and they love me. Um, and thanks to whomever is watching. You didn't come in and drop a comment, so I really can't, you know what I mean, like show you love like how I want to. But I got you. I got you. Drop a comment the next time and I got you. Or hit the like button and I got you and I'll tell you thank you. Or subscribe and I got you. I'm gonna shout you out because that's what I do. But these people right here are my listening audience and they come back. Some of them don't necessarily, but it's cool if you don't. It's fine. I love you anyway, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming here and checking it out in the first place because you didn't have to. But these top countries, they're my top countries. All countries I would like to visit for the most part. Um, And there's some other countries on this list that I would like to visit as well, but these are my top download countries. So I want to show them love first and foremost before I get into everybody else. And we got a new country on the list. Okay, here we go. United States of America, I thank you. I love you. I appreciate you so much. I do. France, can't wait to get there, baby. Got some things I got to do while I'm up in that piece. Um, the United Kingdom, definitely got to get there too. It's a lot of places I need to visit and see and experience and all of that stuff. And there's multiple places. I'm talking about England. I'm talking about Scotland. Ireland is not a part of that anymore, but I want to get there too. You know why? Because that's part of my heritage. So yeah, I love you guys. Thanks. Germany, I got some things to do there too. And India, definitely got a few things I need to do there. I appreciate all of the love. I love you guys so much, and thanks. I got to get to the rest of my countries because there's a few on this list that I want to visit as well. But I can't. If I could travel the world, I would. Brazil, big shout out to Brazil. Love you. Thanks. The Netherlands, thank you. Singapore, thank you. I love you. I love you guys. South Africa, thank you. I love you. Spain, thanks. I love you. Philippines, thank you. Love you. Belgium, you guys are extraordinary. Australia, you guys are extraordinary. Japan, Mexico, Ireland, Nepal, Mauritius, Israel, Canada, and Hong Kong. Yes, these are all places that I love, and I want to show them love. But we're not done. We're not done yet. Russia. I need us to get over whatever this beef we got in between each other because there's some places I need to visit in Russia because I know a lot about your history as well, and I would like to come through and check out a few things. I don't know what that is, but thank you, Russia. I appreciate you for coming through and listening. Oh, you guys are great. Switzerland. Hi. Thank you. I appreciate you as well. Thanks for coming through and checking the podcast. Turkey, or it's supposed to be wait a minute, is it Turkey? I want to say it right because they have proposed to change things, so I would like to say it right. Somebody tell me if I'm saying it right or wrong. And then it's a new country on the list, which is Austria. It's not Australia, Austria. Whole different country for those numbnuts that don't know any better. Um, Welcome. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming through and checking the podcast. I really, really do. That made me happy today. Like, oh, we got a new one. Austria. Isn't that where Marie Antoinette is originally from? I think that's where she's originally from. So I love history. But I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, I think she is from Austria. But yeah. So let's get into it. Cities. Gotta show you guys love. I'm gonna go with the tops first. And then we'll keep it moving. Columbus, Ohio. I love you. Thank you. San Jose, California, Baltimore, Maryland, France. I can't do that to the name of the city, but I love you. Thank you. Spring Valley, Nevada. Hi, I love you. Nevada, be holding it down. Frankfurt, yes, you hold it down too. I see y'all. Washington, Virginia. Hold on. Ashburn, Virginia. North Las Vegas, Nevada. I told y'all it's different parts. Don't play with them. Um, Norton Shores, Michigan. Chicago. Big shout out to the Shy. Borman, Oregon. Atlanta, Georgia. ATL. What up? Las Vegas, Nevada. That's the other part of Vegas that y'all keep sleeping on. Owings Mills, Maryland. Down the street. Pikesville, Maryland. Up the street. Uh, Boulder City, Nevada. Hi, love you. No, India, I won't butcher the name of this city either, but I love you. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, I love you. Shout out to Philly. Randallstown, Maryland, I love you. Singapore, Singapore, I love you. And it's some other one. Um, I'll just say South Holland, I love you. Ohio, I love you. Phoenix, Arizona, I love you. DC, I love you. New York, I love you. I'm going down the list a little bit. Where we at on time? I just want to give a little context to what we got going on. Mumbai, I love you. Yeah, I can say that part. Mumbai. That's in India. Reading, Pennsylvania. Appreciate you. Love you. Garfield Heights, Ohio. Appreciate you. Love you. San Juan, Metro Manila, because there's always a thriller in Manila. I love you. And Flagami, Florida. Thank you. I love you. And there's a couple of other people too. I want to show love to. Hold on. I need to get to the list. You know, one thing I can say about this podcasting journey is people have been showing me love and they've been dropping through and taking a listen and a gander. And again, I appreciate you regardless. You know what I mean? Like, if you came back again, I love you. If you didn't come back again, I still love you. Thanks, guys, for just coming through and checking the podcast. San Francisco, thank you. I love you. Um, mm, this is, I think it's Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I love you. Dallas and Austin, I love you. Connecticut, I love you. Michigan, period. Detroit, and it's another area over there. I love you. You guys are extraordinary, and I very much enjoy this journey, and I'm gonna do it as long as I can. Now, where we at on time? Okay, we good. We good. Few things that's happening. I need you guys to understand that this gentleman, King Knox, is coming back on the show. For those watching, you'll see it, but for those not watching, he'll be back on the 25th of this month, August the 25th. He'll be on the show. We'll start the show at 8:45, so we'll be doing a little lot earlier than we normally do. And we're gonna catch up with him and see what he got going on. I'm gonna play this quick commercial, his promo for that evening. And for those listening, you'll just hear music. But he's a dope MC, and I've been supporting. I got him, and I'm gonna hold him down. So I want him to come in the studio. He's actually going to be in the studio. Normally we would do it via the internet, but now I want to get back into doing live. I want to get into doing live interviews. So he'll be, and I figured like, what is a better way to do it than the person I started with? So check this out really quick.
Shorty super sexy. She says he flexing on her exes. God bless her. Got an ass big as Texas, and she knows she got it. And every nigga wanna have. She want the hood love. She wanna fuck. That's what she texts.
All right, I'm back. All right, that was a little clip of what's to come. You will be hearing more music because you'll hear it on Fire Friday. Plus, I got some new music coming up on Fire Friday from Hotep, who also was a recent guest on this show. Dope MC, great young man. So we're gonna check out some more of his music as well. So it's a few new videos on the roster, but as you know, they already said I can play it, so I will. So it is what it is. And so it's a few things I gotta say before I get up out of here because it's about that time. Want to come on the show? Hit us up ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. Again, that email address is ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. Hit us up. We show love. You know what I mean? Like, you looking for advertisement, whatever it is that you got going on, you got a suggestion for the show, hit us up, ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. We are on all streaming sites, iHeartRadio, Spotify. It doesn't even matter. Amazon Music, we are there. So check us out. YouTube, we everywhere, y'all. Go check us out. When we do report the news, know that, or any trending topics or gossip or gab, because that's what I like to call it. Everything's alleged. We don't know. We weren't there. We just report it. Remember that you can always come through, drop a comment, join the conversation, call in, text. You can text when we're not on air, and I will read your comments during the show, the next upcoming show. Know that I have permission to play any videos that I play, or any music that I play. I don't get down like that. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. And if you already have, thank you. I appreciate you so much. Make sure y'all check out the boutique. It's getting better. We're making some improvements. We have different vendors that we work with now, so I'm excited about that. I'm steadily working on it. Give me time, though. It's a work in progress, and I'm doing it myself, so, give me some time. But anyway, check out the website, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. Again, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. That's the website. Check it out. And if you would like to donate to this podcast because you're tired of the commercials, you're tired of me dropping the commercials, then here's what you do. The more donations I get, the less commercials I play. But until then, I'm going to keep playing my commercials. But anyway, you want to donate to the show, hit our Cash App for right now until we get that set up too, or I'll tell you where to go to donate. Or you could hit our Linktree link Um, and it's another option for donating there as well. But Cash App, $ capital L, Lore Lucidity. Um, Again, capital L, Lore Lucidity. It's all in my Linktree app. Trust me. I make it convenient so you guys don't really have to search much for anything. I like to make it real convenient for you guys. But with that being said, it's time for me to get up out of here. So I'm gonna say this. You know what I say most of the time when I end the show is this: mind your motherfucking business. Everybody business is not your business. And it's safer for you to just come here on Mondays. Let me tell you people business. And in that way you don't gotta be out there trying to be in people business and run the risk of getting hurt. That's just what it is. Love your kids, hug your kids, encourage your kids, push them to be great because they need it. God, they need it. So help them out. You know what I mean? Push that encouragement on them. All right. And last but not least, stay in your lane. Cause I'm telling you, jump in my lane, you getting this. Yeah, you don't want that. You would prefer her. She's nicer. She's so much nicer. Anyway, with that being said, and when you jump in other people's lanes, let me tell you what happens. You most of the time, a lot of times, a collision happens, and nobody needs that. Like, who the fuck needs that? Nobody. So stay in your lane. I'm gonna stay in mine, and it's just what it is. And staying in your lane is not the same as minding your business. They one and the same, but they not the same. And with that being said, I love you guys. Thanks to whomever tuned into this show. Thank you to whomever is about to download this show. I love you guys so much, and good night. Bye, babies.